You a Dallas fan now? Are you a Dallas fan?
She won't be coming in? Ron, she won't be coming in? Alright, so Frank is
You be all right. That's okay. That's good. We ain't got a phone look like this on YouTube in so long. But that one look like that. That looks so good. I'm so used to shooting from anywhere.
Hey, Ron, I got something for you. You won't like this.
I don't even know what to do.
What you know about that, Frank?
A little bit of something, homie. How you doing today, baby?
Take that echo out.
Oh, take the echo out. Actually, I can't hear myself.
Tom is breaking on. Take that echo out. All right, Tom.
And I can't hear
Is
myself.
the echo gone? Is the echo gone?
Nope.
All right, we're gonna keep playing with this echo. In the meantime, folks, welcome to the Rolling Grimes show. I'm your host, Rolling Bubba Grimes. I'm working on the echo. Actually, I kind of like that echo. You like that echo? You like the echo? All right. Would you prefer the echo?
No.
Or to the echo?
But I need to hear myself.
You need to hear yourself?
I hear nothing.
You hear
My
nothing?
headset is dead, I believe.
See, we were trying to do all this before. The reason why you can't hear because your mic is muted. Can you hear yourself now?
Yes,
No.
I can.
I can't hear nothing. Sorry, sir.
Frank, you can't hear anything?
Nothing in my headset. Can't hear me. Don't hear the music.
You can't hear anything?
Are the headphones plugged in?
Huh?
Are they plugged in?
Are they plugged in? Yeah.
Oh, you would think so.
Are you plugged in?
I'm plugged in.
No, where? I am not plugged in. I am not plugged in.
That's why you can't.
That's probably why I can't.
Oh, is that for real? Okay.
That's probably why.
So we were trying to see if you could
Oh.
put together your bionic ears.
Okay, now I can hear something. Yeah.
Now you hear something.
Yes, sir, I
All
do.
right, so can you hear this?
Rolly's so stupid,
I
boy.
just cussed you out of the pig laugh.
You did? Okay.
All right, folks, I just admitted to a good friend of mine this past weekend that I was just down in the dumps. Ask me why, Coach Tony.
Because the Redskins lost.
I'm sorry, could you say that any quieter? I mean, they can't even hear you on the microphone.
Because the Redskins lost.
I'm sorry, let me turn your mic up. Can you say that again?
What should I say this way? Because Dallas won? Dallas beat the Reds?
I'm not getting any levels on time.
I can hear myself very well.
Hold on, Ron. Let me see what mic. You on mic 2?
I'm on mic 1.
You on mic? You can't be on mic 1. I'm mic. Get off on mic. Get off on mic. You must be on mic 2. All right, talk to me again.
Redskins lost.
No, that's not what I was down.
Why are we done?
I don't know. I just had that. It must be like I don't know. Maybe my Virgo was rising into my Libra or something. I don't know what it was, but let me read the exact text. For those of y'all don't know, I'm gonna tell you who I am in a minute. In the meantime, it's irrelevant. So what did I text that dude? I said, Tony, this is real. I said, okay. I said, last night I hit a wall, felt lost and alone. Life was feeling empty, but I know God is in control, and I held on. Today He gave me vision. What you think of that?
Very good.
Yeah, I have my
You
moment.
had that moment.
Yeah, Superman has kryptonite. And the chocolate night, I don't know what I have. I guess the chocolate night has kryptonite too. I know where it all started. It started at Frank's place the day we went to see For My Man when everybody got chopped up. Look at Ron over there. All right, folks in the house, once again on the wheel. I'm sorry, what did I do? Turn you down?
Yeah.
But now, I don't need to change this stuff. My voice is booming.
Right. So turn it
Yeah.
down.
I shake the walls when I start bringing that bass. All right, once again, Ron on the wheels of steel. I have my good friend Miss Elise is doing production engineering tonight. Let's give her a hand. Yeah, welcome to the Turret Dome for the first time.
Thank you.
All right, now when this is over, you're going to need therapy. All right, this is real.
Has she been with you all day?
No, she just walked in the door. So she doesn't know that nobody knows what's going to come out of my mouth next. All right? But
You might
there's
have to flick the camera a little bit.
there's my therapist right there. You just get his card. And hope you get through this. How many years did he have with me? Like 8 years? Yeah, like 8 years constantly trying to figure out what is this dude going to do next. Anyway, Frank, man.
Sir.
Tell me what's going on with Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, she is producing this movie and starring in it. It's called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. It's by HBO. And it's a story about this black woman back in the 50s, which some doctors and scientists harvested her cells, and those cells led to breakthroughs in the research of cancer. But they didn't tell her they were doing that. So Oprah is telling that story, and Oprah will be playing the daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a small part in it?
Right now, I'm called a stand-in for one of the actors.
Okay.
I don't get any FaceTime,
You got to start somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So tell me who the actor is, and I'll bump him off.
No.
You have the opportunity. Come on, man. What are friends for?
No.
Come on, don't you know I'm a closet assassin?
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll make him disappear.
You make it disappear.
All right. So anyway, not just sports and entertainment. I have my co-host, my resident archaeologist of late, just digging up dirt. My main girl, Coach Tanya. How are you?
I'm making it.
DKD and Associates.
Yes, sir.
Are you busy?
Trying to be.
Trying to be busy?
Actually, I'm just planning my event that's coming up in November.
Okay, tell us about your event that's coming up in November.
Yes, I'm doing a seminar. It's called How
I need you a big girl voice, because I just don't have no more levels to talk about.
Okay. It's a seminar called How to Create the Perfect Wedding from A to Z. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. I got no more room.
Okay, I'm talking about. I'm gonna do my big girl voice.
Good.
How to Create the Perfect Wedding from A to Z. And it's a seminar that's going to be on November the 12th from 11 to 2. And it will be in Waldorf. To get more information, you can go to my website, dkdandassociates.com, and then click Event Bookings. And it will give you all the information, and you can register there.
All right, say it to us one more time.
You'll go to dkdandassociates.com, click the Event Booking, and you will be registered. You will put in your name, your email address, and you will be registered. It's a free seminar, and it's called How to Create the Perfect Wedding from A to Z. And it's not just for brides; it's for anyone. It's actually it's for my dating.
You
No.
don't think dudes want to know how to create the perfect wedding?
Some guys will, but it's also my debut of my company. So
Oh, no,
I do
that one I'm
other,
good with.
I do other things as well.
Okay. Tell us about some of the other things you do as well.
I do birthday parties. I do kids events. I do
Bat mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs.
yes, whatever you're gonna pay me to do. And actually, on that day, you and I have to have a conversation because I'm gonna need you there to videotape it as well.
Wow, I've been sequestered.
Yes.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. Frank, man, Frank, last time I hung out with you, the Redskins lost.
True that.
The next time I hang with you, the Redskins lost.
Wait a minute. Well, hold up. You were
So
not
what
at
you
the
trying to
house
say?
yesterday. I invited you, but you didn't show up, son.
I'm saying the next time I hang with you. Okay. Did you get the semantics?
Yes, I got it now. Yes, sir.
All right, folks, we're waiting for a important phone call from my main man, Mr. Tony Terry.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tell us a little bit about him. I know you had a chance to take a picture with him, Coach Tony, but you didn't bring the picture in. Tony, she took a picture with you, but like stolen pictures.
Several years ago. I met him before I moved here to D.C. I was in Ohio, in Cleveland, and the radio station there, WCAK, had some type of concert seminar thing, and I was crowned Miss WCAK.
Okay.
And Tony Terry was actually there, and he performed
Okay.
that night. And I took a picture with him.
Awesome.
Yes, so that was back in between.
So that was a
I think it
while
was around
ago, right?
87-ish,
It was a while ago.
somewhere around there.
So you got
It was when
crowned.
he first came out.
So you got crowned. I hear you, baby. It was when he first came out, he was smoking. What?
Yes.
Good gracious. Frank, you remember Tony Terry? That name ring a bell?
It does.
Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a little, there's still an echo. I don't care. All right, folks, we're going to crank a little Tony Terry. I know the people in here who are perfectionists, and I feel them. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can hear my echo. Can I hear my echo? I can't hear the echo. Can you hear the echo?
I don't hear one.
It's slight.
Slight echo?
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was before, but it's a slight.
I still don't
echo.
hear it. I have bad hearing impairment.
Okay. Is it a pronounced echo enough that it like messing with you? Kind of, sort
It's
of.
just a slight.
Okay, so you can tell she's like good at this stuff. She hears a slight echo.
It
Awesome.
sounds like you're
Like when
in
I
the
listen
shower.
to it on the live.
Oh yeah, you hear it then. Yes.
Yeah, that's a great description. It sounds like you're in the shower.
Sound like I'm in the shower.
Well, I can sing then. Hey, in the
let's
shower.
not-
I sound good in the shower, man. I can sing now,
I'm
baby.
gonna have to take my headphones off after that
We in
one.
the shower, Frank.
You know it, man. Hey.
One in a million years, I was a lonely man with you.
See what I gotta deal with.
That's what I do in the shower.
Ramalda left me here to deal with
All
both
the
of y'all.
Redskins cupcake lady. One in a million years. I'm giving it to you. I'm in the shower. So if you hear echo, it's because I'm in the shower. There it
I need
is.
you to come out the shower. 'Cause
I
that
don't
is not
want to
the
come out
visual
the
that
shower.
I would like to see.
I know it's fine. Oh, I ain't even gonna touch that. All right, we're gonna crank a little Tony Terry as we sit back and wait for this phone. I want to take a break. We're gonna take a commercial break, and we're actually gonna put up the E-Life Media logo.
Sweet.
And then eventually we'll put up the Rolling Ground Show logo.
Very good.
Oh, but just to go through the logistics of the show, we're waiting for Tony to call in. Once he calls in, we're going to do a little rap session with him. After that, we'll do a conference call with some folks in other parts of the United States of America. We'll talk about our mobile education program, taking the Rolling Ground Show on the road. How that sound?
Alrighty.
Boom! Boom! All right, y'all, let's see if we can get some boom going on here. Tony, talk to me. You and DJ Rico coming at you live, uncut. Here we go.
Oh, I'm playing the role of red, blue, you know what I'm saying? That's my
Feeling I can't ignore. Girl, I've never been known so sure. Needing you more and more. Gonna show you what I have in store. Some things that I won't obey. Just tell me that you're on your way. 'Cause I can't wait another day. And I know you won't play. Girl, I know the spice that'll make you hot. Maybe day and night.
Oh, that's kicking, man.
Girl, I know the place. It's within the place. Tell me that you're on your way. Ain't you on your way?
All right, Tony, I know you back there grooving, man. I know you back there grooving. Talk to me. Tony, can you hear me? Tony,
That DC funk right there. That's that DC funk right there.
Back on that, man.
That's all right.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get him right. Yeah,
You know what's really interesting about that record is when I put it out, which was a few years ago, nobody would play it. Nobody.
Really?
And now it's like you can't go to the club and they don't play it.
Tony, tell me what that phenomenon is about, man.
Say that again?
Tell me what that phenomenon is about, how a record like that doesn't get played, then all of a sudden banned.
Well, that's a good question because at the time when it came out, I'm getting some delays, some feedback, just let you know.
No problem.
When we put the record in, I thought it was a hit. And I just knew that it was going to work because I did it with DJ Rico, who's a very popular DJ then as well as now.
Right.
And nobody was interested. So fast forward 15 years. We put it out in 2001.
I saw that.
So fast forward 15 years. Right now, in fact, I just got booked for a gig to come to the EMV coming up soon with DJ Rico because of that song.
That's great.
I mean, it's a great record.
That boggles my mind.
2001?
Dude,
Wow.
when I played it and I looked at the credits on it and it said like 2001, 2002, I said, what?
Yeah.
And I know I lost, like I told you, I lost 75 pounds dancing to that one record at the club.
Oh, it had a beat. It was kicking, baby.
That's the beat to get up to dance
That's
to.
right.
It ain't that damn funny. All right? So I'm just saying that it was part of my aerobic activity, you know, so I could plug into that, and my bench press would go from like 200 to 300 pounds. I was fun.
Oh, so you're familiar with the song?
No, brother, I'm not
Yes.
familiar with the song. We live with that song here, man. Everybody in my studio's nodding their head going, you damn right. Dude, no, understand. This is what's cosmic about it. A good friend of mine, the Nova Pearl, who does a show on Saturday morning, was playing it one day, and last week, and I said, man, you can't play that record because that puts me into a coma, and I can't do anything, right? And she said, man, that's that Tony Terry and DJ Rico. I said, what? I never knew, because when they play it in the club, they don't play, you know, the front side of it when he's saying Tony Terry. You know, when they play it in the middle. You know how it is.
I was saying the whole thing. I guess because I go to clubs where DJ Rico is playing.
I'll set you another song too.
Awesome, and I'm gonna look for that. Thank you. So I didn't know, and then I met DJ Rico, and you said you know him personally as well, Coach Tony, and then I said, look, we gotta get this guy on the phone. I said that's history to me in a number of ways.
It's a historical performance, man.
Man, that is awesome. Coach Tony, what was it about his music when it first landed that you dug the most? You remember back? I hate to say back in the day, but you remember when it first launched?
Wait a minute, say that again?
I said I was asking Coach Tanya what it was about your music that she really liked when it first landed. I noticed that you were able to do some fast music like She's Fly, and then you broke down some slow stuff. I'm talking to my co-host right now because I'm trying to get a female point of view because I know what I'm going to say. What was it about that groove that you liked the most? Do you remember?
The beat, and he was sexy.
You see,
So you knew that was going to come out. You knew that was going to come out. That's why you asked me.
Young man, I remember that song.
See, Tony, that's why I had to ask her the question because I knew she was going to put it down. You know? She said, well, I like the beat and he's sexy. You know, that's what she said when she first met me. Anyway, Frank.
Yes.
So Tony Terry is living in Atlanta. No, is he living in Atlanta? Can I tell you? I don't know if I should tell you 411.
I think you just did.
You just did.
But look here, DC has always claimed you, but for some reason, I think you were born in North Carolina. Talk to us.
Yeah, I was born in North Carolina, but I'm a product of DC Public Schools, the Mayor Marion Barry era. You know, I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts.
Well, that's sweet.
So, you know, DC is home.
Wow. So, like, where were you in 1981 when, never mind. So you'll probably get to DC public schools, man. So
I was at Duke Ellington in 1981.
All right, give us the chronicle. After you left Duke Ellington, where did you go from there, brother?
Oh, I stayed in DC for 2 years.
Okay.
I got a regular job. In fact, I was working for Howard Johnson. And I quickly went through their system, became a manager, and then I heard about an opportunity in New York, and I took it. I took my keys off, put them on my desk, and I left the next day, never to return.
Wow.
Wow.
So when you went to New York, what was the opportunity that was there?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
When you went to New York, what was the opportunity that took you there?
What was the opportunity?
Yes.
It was, in fact, that's a good question because it has come full circle. 1984, October 5th, there was an audition for a play in New Jersey called The Black Nativity, which was written by one of our famous poets, Langston Hughes. Mm-hmm. And it's done somewhere around the world every year. I auditioned for the show. I got in. It was at Crossroads Theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey. So fast forward, that was in 1982, October 5th. So fast forward to October 2016. The show is happening again. The show that started my career is happening again at the same theater.
Man,
And they invited me back to star in it.
Okay.
And then they're going to tear the theater down after it closes.
Wow.
Get out of
That's
here.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's some history, man. I'm like,
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be in December.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, if you kids extend us an invitation, we'll come up and we will do some interviews that week or however that platform lasts.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, there's already some information on my Facebook page, but I'll definitely keep you in the loop.
Yeah, because we love to do some chronicles, some documentary on that stuff. We've been following some of the artists. I think I hit you up and I told you that we had a chance to do some stuff, man, and hit Maceo Parker, Greg Boyer here locally, some of the P-Funk Mob. We got James Brown's drummer, Mousy Thompson. So what I decided to do with this Roland Grimes show, it started out in sports. And then I said, well, sports was a little bit too narrow, so we started dealing with business and health and education. And then I had this epiphany. I said, man, you know what? Some of our greatest teachers are artists.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
So now I'm trying to figure out a way to get the artists in front of the audiences so they can do that teaching with the audiences because they have life experiences. And they also have observations that the average person doesn't get because they get a chance to deal with people of all shapes, sizes, and colors. One thing about music is oftentimes colorless and boundaryless.
And I know that from firsthand experience.
Tell us about it.
I've been to non-English speaking countries, and they know every single word to my songs, but they can't talk to me.
Wow.
Well, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Let's suppose that you are living in Atlanta. I'm not saying that you are. If you are living in Atlanta, if you were, would that be a great venue for entertainment? Because I've been hearing a whole lot of things that Atlanta's like the hot spot.
Well, there's a lot of things going on with regard to live music here in Atlanta. There's something to do pretty much every night of the week, probably except Monday and Tuesday.
Wow.
It's like people recouping time and they get set up for Wednesday through Sunday. You know, there's a live venue, somebody's playing live, you know, live band all over the city. Yeah, it's actually a great place to come and cut your teeth, you know, perform in front of audiences, get ready. Yeah.
Is it a great spot for comedians? I heard a couple of nice comedy clubs down there too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to the comedy when I get out of the
That's what I want.
You're a comedian? You got
Yes.
jokes?
Yes, I got plenty of jokes.
Yeah, Frank's-
Come on. I got a comedian.
Frank's got jokes, and some of his best jokes are friends.
Boom! Boy, shut up.
Tony, who do you root for on Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings? Who's your
I'm
favorite
going to tell you
football?
something. You're talking about football, right?
Of course, man. What else could I possibly be talking
I
about?
know. Listen, my son plays football, right? And I'm a full-time musician. And I travel pretty much every week.
Wow.
If I get a day off that I'm not working, I don't really want to watch TV. I just want to chill, go to the gym, relax, be with my family. So I'm a fan of football, but I'm not a fanatic.
Okay.
All right, so who was your favorite team, Mr. Non-Fanatic?
Well, I grew up in D.C., right? And my dad and I were
I know where this is going.
diehard Redskins fans. And I'm still there.
Oh, you still there?
Still there.
Oh, you didn't get off the ship, huh?
I ain't get off the ship, bro.
Man.
You can't jump the ship.
Tom,
A lot of them Redskin fans do. If you looked at that stadium on Sunday,
that's not right.
It was kind of empty, wasn't it, in there? Even before the game was over. Y'all get on the Cowboy fans all the time, but the Redskin fans, as soon as y'all lose, y'all hate stuff.
And my dad was Redskins fan. My two sisters and my mother were Cowboys. So
sounds like
always going at it.
Sounds like a very intelligent family to me. They grew up Hog fans. That's the way
No. He said it was half Redskin, half Cowboy.
Again, we don't count the other half.
You do count the other half when it's a female,
and
that female is in that house. You gotta count that side.
Now I do respect the female, I do. But there's just some parts of the family you just gotta cut out.
Oh no, you got to cut out.
You gotta cut them out.
You gotta cut them loose.
You gotta.
But see, you'll never cut me loose.
I know that's right. Tony, she just chin checked me. She said, no matter how much you for the Cowboys, I can't cut her loose. She's right about that. All right, so look. So you talked about the events that you have coming up, full circle back into the New York City area. What other projects are you working on that you can talk about now? What does the future look like for our artist known as Tony Terry?
Man, I've been working on a new album for the last 3 years.
Right.
It's finally done, and we're just setting up for its release. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a real strong project. I can't wait for the world to hear it.
Awesome. So you have one place that you can let her, at least one place that you can tap into and let
that's my
everybody.
website, TonyTerryMusic.com.
We're going
My
there.
Facebook page,
Okay.
Mr. Tony Terry or Tony Terry. And, I'm on Twitter, the whole nine.
The whole
Tony
nine.
Terry, IG, Mr. Tony Terry.
Man, that's awesome. So what we're going to do moving forward, Tony, just to let you know, I'm getting ready to have a conference call with some folks. And I'll send you that information just in case you have just like 15 minutes of just boredom and do nothing. I know there's no such thing. And what we're going to do, we're going to talk about putting together a mobile education program where we can go around the country and we can introduce folks to the Tony Terrys of the world and sit down and have real life conversations to help enrich, empower our communities and our families. Because
that sounds great, man.
Yeah, man.
You got funding for that?
As soon as you help me.
As soon as you help me.
Right now, what I have is a concept and a whole lot of gonads. So I'm hoping that those two things get me over the hump. That's where I'm at right now.
They're taking music out of schools, man. It's really important that however we can get the information to the community, our kids.
Okay, well, I'm inspired. So look, I was joking about not having the capacity. We do have. I've been doing this show for 4 or 5 years. We just built a world-class studio and radio and TV studio here in the Calvin Heights area. So we're really very well positioned to take this thing on the road. I have a wonderful team of folks around me, and then of course I have a number of people in other parts of the country who just want to be a part of that thing. So we're a lot closer to it than where I want to be. But in terms of the funding, what's going to happen is we're going to go on college campuses like University of Maryland, and we're going to charge them. And we're going to go on their campus and we're going to tell the folks what they need to know. And they're going to pay us. And then we're going to be able to pay the folks like you to get on the planes and come and spend the time with us so we can continue to further this education as human beings. And what makes us all the same is we're all human. Regardless of the project. Yeah, All right, brother, we're going to take you out of here with a little Cornell West and Mr. Tony Terry. Tony,
Yes, sir.
Coach Tanya and Mr. Frank, get ready to say goodbye to you.
See you, homie.
Nice speaking with you.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to take out some Tony Terry and Cornell West. We're going to take a station break. Be right with you. God bless you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
You too.
All right, all right.
That was nice, man.
Me likes it. Be nice if I had that dead air. Ron,
Yes, sir.
how am I doing? Did it get
Got a better angle today.
Get you down. Man, I love that song. Yeah, space it out. Come on. The call time is 1 o'clock, so it's time to get around 11. No, they call it 1 o'clock, so 11, okay? It's changed, I'll call you
7:29. Oh, girl, you know I got a radio show on Tony Cherry. So this is all for.
Actually, I have to send you tomorrow.
That's right. So you popping and chin checking me, and you think it's Wednesday. Gotta love you. Sit tight, man. We're gonna roll from there. All right. Talk to me. Who am I talking to? Must be Kevin Green. Speaker man, how you doing, brother? All right, super. If we get a lot of folks on the call, sometimes we get feedback, so we may end up doing mute. I think to do the mute, you have to hit. Yeah, the mic's on. All the mics are muted. Yeah, that's because I'm just loud. It's that bass in my voice.
Is that it?
All right. What mic is that? Check 1, check 2. What mic is it? Now I'm on mic. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Now my mic is on. Now my mic is on. Hey folks, welcome back to the Rolling Bubba Grimes Show. We're getting our conference call set up. Everybody just sit tight. We'll be with you in a very short order.
I'm sorry. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Stay home. Talk to your mom about that. I'm at the real place right now. Can I call you back when you're done?
Hey folks, welcome back to the Rolling Bubba Grimes Show. We're getting our conference call set up. Everybody just sit tight. We'll be with you in a very short order.
11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Boom, boom, boom.
That's so trippy. I don't know why that. If it's muted, why we would hear.
Okay, can you hear me through the phones? Check 1, check 2. Everybody on the conference call, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Hello. Can you hear that? Can you hear that in your headphones? You can't hear it in your headphones?
I don't hear anything.
Check 1, check 2. Everybody on the conference call, can you hear me? Can you hear it now in your headphones?
No.
Yeah, what? Hello.
I don't hear anything.
Check 1, check 2. Hold on 1 second. Just getting things set up.
Kimberly Robinson to KIM.
All right, Kim.
I heard that.
You heard that
Hey,
through your
Roland.
headphones?
I heard it.
You heard that through your headphones?
Yep.
All right, can you hear me through your headphones still?
No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
Nope.
All right, can you hear me now?
Nope.
All right. Please announce who's on the call. Kim?
Kim is present.
You can hear her, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, as long as you can hear her, that's what's important. At this point in time, you bring us back up. All right, folks, once again, Roland Bubba Grimes here on the Roland Grimes Show. We're doing a quick conference call. Coach Tanya, you all tuned in?
Yes.
You hear us? All right, let me put your mic. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
It's a new Sprint commercial. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right, folks. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the conference call tonight. As you all know, Roland Grimes, affectionately known as Roland Bubba Grimes, and the purpose of our call is to talk a little bit about what we want to do moving forward in terms of helping to educate, empower, and uplift our communities. Everybody on this call is involved with something. There's no question about it that you're all involved with something in your communities, and all of you have the ability to and the interest in expanding your knowledge base, your network base, et cetera, across the country or beyond. Right, you know?
No, this is
okay,
me.
awesome. So I'm going to give you a concept very quickly, and I'm calling it a mobile education program, an MEP, a mobile education program. And essentially, over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been doing this Roland Grimes show. And over the last couple of weeks, I just had this epiphany. And I looked at the number of people who have been involved. I mean, Orange was sat next to a Georgetown Hoya, Reggie Williams. I had a chance to meet and greet and talk to people from all walks of life over the last 5 years, some 350 or so people that I've interviewed. And everybody has either a compelling story or they have some expertise and information that our audience can benefit from. Well, I want to put those audiences right in front of people. So my goal and my concept is to go to college campuses, corporate events, community centers, wherever we're invited, and be able to do the Roland Grimes Show.
Why? What's up?
I may need you to mute your phone.
Oh, no, I was on the phone.
Okay. I might need you to mute your phone so we don't hear you over the line. And be able to take this particular concept and put it right in front of people, but open up space for everybody to be involved. I'll tell you what happened. I got a call from a guy by the name of Greg Thomas. Greg is a saxophone player for Parliament Funkadelic. And Greg said, Roland, what's going on? What can we do? And he said, whatever you do, I'm 100% behind you. And I thought about it and said, man, Greg goes all over the world. And I had mentioned this to Greg Boyd, who also was once the lead man for Chuck Brown a few years ago. I said, Greg, man, how important is it, even though you're a trombonist, how important is it for you to be involved in education of others? Not just from a musical standpoint, but in terms of real life observation, real life information, real life, because we all by thread are humans. So whether you're an athlete, whether you're an astronaut, you're still a human. And he said, man, that'd be very important. We need to add all of our perspectives in a capsule, so to speak, be able to record it and put it in that time capsule for generations to come, to be able to go back and listen and hear what we do. And if we don't record it, somebody's going to record it for us. And if they record it for us, it's not going to turn out the way that we want it to. So if we get it done, we want to
Hello, it's Michael Barrett. Sorry I'm late getting on here.
Awesome, Mike. Just tune in. You're right here with us. You didn't miss anything too significant that I can't reverb for you. So in essence, the concept of a mobile education program, as I'm bringing it to you, is to, again, to develop this program so that it helps to inform and empower families and communities across the country. I'm going to give it to you on the brief. There are 4 major components, real quick, folks. And I didn't come up with this myself. I got this from some of the brilliant minds that's on this phone right now and in my studio right now. One, it has to utilize experts and guests to speak to and to teach on specific topics and issues. Like I mentioned earlier, in terms of Greg Boyer, who was in the music industry, By the same token, Mike Barrett is a divorce lawyer. And as a divorce lawyer, as you know, in this day and age, there are a lot of things that are going on in terms of what's going on with our families as we come together and as we break up. Well, he's an expert in that area. And I'd like to be able to take Mike with me with us to these communities and have candid conversations about what we can do, not just on the back end of a marriage, not just on the back end of a divorce, but on the front end. What can we do to be able to establish our communities in such a way that we move Mike's business from just divorce to actually premarital counseling? If that's something that he can be involved in. If not, then he can hand that off to somebody else. So number one, utilize experts and guests to speak to and teach on specific topics and issues. Number two, in order for it to be effective, you have to entertain, inspire, inform, and motivate audiences in person and through our broadcast. So here's an example. All of you have been to a banquet where somebody spoke, and you may remember one or two things that person talked about, but when they finish, you don't get to see it again. Well, when we do it, if we can record it and then be able to put it on the internet, and everyone has access to it, and they can share it with other people, then that particular speech or that particular symposium or whatever lasts a lifetime, as opposed to just being a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
In addition to that, by being able to entertain, inspire, it also makes a much larger marketplace for us to be able to take this venue, because it's not just education. We're also doing it in a way like I do on the show, where it is of entertainment value to people as well. I just did a interview with Tony Terry. Many of you may remember him, especially in the 80s when he broke out with his music, and recently he started working on some other projects, etc. And I brought the concept to him, and he said, man, that is awesome. Anything I can do to help reach out, especially to the youngsters, I want to be able to do that, count me in. Now, when people keep telling me to count me in, Frank, I got to keep coming up with something I can count them in.
Exactly.
All right. Now, I have an event planner here with me, I have a comedian here with me, I have some other people in the studio that I can't talk about. But believe me, I've been real fortunate to meet some very dynamic people along the way. So number one, number two, number three. Here's the key. I want to be able to work with you all to develop and offer a follow-up assistance and outreach program. In other words, if we go into a community and let's say their biggest problem is the water, that might be a little difficult to deal with. But if we go into a community and let's just say that they're dealing with issues related to joblessness, whatever it might be, and as a result of that, people are becoming desperate, in their way of dealing with things. Well, sometimes they want to talk to someone that can give them some insight. There may be some counseling, it also may be some strategies, whatever. But if they can call a hotline, and they can speak to someone, and that person can take that information, similar to what they do like a prepaid legal type of business. Yes. And then if it's someone related that has a domestic, I won't say domestic violence, but that's okay, relationship violence issue, then I want to be able to get that person's information, I want to pass it on to a doctor's mind. And I want her to be able to look at that information and say, hey, I know somebody that can speak with this person and help them. I want her to be able to connect with that person directly. And I want to be able to fund that. Just like do prepaid legal, I want those folks to be able to get compensated for the time that they spend with that customer who might be calling from Denver, Colorado. But once we're known as that kind of resource, people will call in. They'll call in that 1-800 number and they'll talk about some of the issues that are affecting them, affecting the families, affecting the communities, and then they'll come to us as a resource, and the Lord knows we can expand it as big as we need to get the kind of expertise that we need at the table. Number 4, it's also important as you academicians know to collect feedback and data to assess and modify program approaches and effectiveness. I can have the silver bullet. I can have one of the best ideas in the world. But as you all know, and this is for certain, if I don't do a good job of getting some kind of quantitative feedback, and be able to comprise that data and make it coherent and be able to use it in a way that that has that kind of context and be able to share it with others and grow it that way, and then modify the programming and everything associated with it accordingly, then over time it begins to lose some of its effect.
I concur, 100%.
So essentially, I'm going to present to you, to start out, there are 2 types of programs that, after I've had a chance to talk to some people directly on the phone, I kind of categorize them in 2 ways. One is an enrichment and empowerment program for general audiences. So, for example, if the National Association of Black Engineers, let me take another. If the Medical Association calls us up and says, hey, we're having a symposium, we want to bring the Roland Grimes show, we want to bring this mobile education program, and let's be a part of a symposium, and then I call somebody, and then they join me, and then bring somebody from that community, and they sit on the session with us, and we do the interviews, and we have the conversations similar to what you see on the Oprah show, except it's going to be us. And we do that in front of people, and then we have a Q&A with audiences, etc. We want to do that for general audiences. So in essence, it doesn't matter who's calling or where they're calling from. If they're able to pay the bill and they want us there, then I can deliver to people to come with us.
Right.
There's a second group that is very dear to many people on the phone, which is African Americans. And it's important that we have some kind of African American exclusive enrichment empowerment program. As you all know, we can't have the same conversation in all the rooms with everybody. So if, for example, we go to Hampton University, we have to do something dealing with issues that are germane to black folks especially, then we want to be able to do something specifically enhance and empower and enrich the community of African Americans, because that's important to us all. So we'll take a little different slant on that, but essentially we'll be able to market the program both for general audiences and market specifically to folks that have a concern about what's happening to African Americans. Why it's important to African Americans for me is because we're in a real critical zone. I hate to say danger zone, but there's a war going on over us, for us, and with us. And everybody I've talked to at one point or another has agreed the fact that we're in a battle. And being in that battle, it makes no sense for us not to arm ourselves and be able to take that on tour and deal with that battle. Now, I just want to open the floor up for people who may have some feedback real quick. We have about 7 minutes, and then of course we'll do follow-up conversations from there. But don't be shy. Anyone have any comments or questions or any particular anecdotes you want to share with me? The line is open.
Well, for me, Roland, I love your ideas, man. I really do, and I'm with you 100%, homie.
I've been a massage therapist for 20 years. I also work in the southeast area working with drug addicted people with mental challenges, homeless, and returning citizens in prison. And thanks, Roland. I thank you very much for inviting me on this, and I look forward to what we have going on.
Awesome.
Anyone else?
Hey, Roland, this is Dr. Zamadia. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just wanted to first of all say that what you're putting together is brilliant. I've been having a discussion over the past few weeks about the dangers that our community is in and the elevated stresses that are ahead of us, beyond us just being black, but financial stress. As we turn over and change into new leadership as far as our presidency is concerned. So the empowerment that you are going to be offering is brilliant and is much needed. And, I just like to encourage those that are listening to become a part of a community that's moving towards advancement and progression. Because for so long, our people have been stagnated, although it appears we have been progressing. We really have not. And so it's becoming more evident every day as we see the attacks against us and the attacks within our own homes. So I'd like to commend you for standing up and being willing to lead this movement. And I'm praying for real commitment and support for what it is you're putting together.
Awesome.
Hello, can you hear me, Roland?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is Mike Bird. I just want to introduce myself. I've been practicing family law and personal injury cases, a car accident, for about 15 years. And I think, it's positive to, and like my sister said, and not to be at odds with what she said, I think we have progressed from a financial standpoint. I mean, there's a lot of black folk out here making money. It's not the picture that I think Donald Trump paints as, a lot of us are dead broke or on welfare. I mean, that's not what I see, especially in our communities. Of course, the foreclosure rate is high in Maryland and PG County, which is predominantly black, but I do believe there are a lot of people who have achieved a lot. You have so many professionals on this phone right now, which is a testament to where we have come. But I believe the baton that was passed as far as getting us to vote has been dropped, because although we can vote, we are not to the point where we're making our vote count. And I think our generation has not passed that baton to make the vote count. And that's what I'm about. And that has more to do with the down ballot races, which no one pays attention to, including myself. We all vote for president, but how much power does he or she to be, if it's Hillary, have? We don't pay attention to those mayor races in our towns and so on and so forth. The turnout is very low, and those are the races that have an impact for us. I have no reason why felons can't vote, for instance, and a large majority of young black men have a felony, and I think that's part of castrating the vote. If you've paid your time, you've done your time, you've paid your dues to society, why is it that a felon can't vote? Why is it that there's still a Voting Rights Act of 1964? Why isn't there an amendment? So these are certain things that just need to be done, and they're just getting glossed over. And we have to make the vote count. Voting is one thing, but we got to make the vote count. And our generation has dropped the baton. It hasn't gone where it needs to go from 1964 to now. It's stagnant as far as I'm concerned.
That's a great example. So when we go into venues, and we deal with things like what's happening with us as we are navigating economically, as Dr. Zamara talked about, there is a slant, there's a perspective that says that, we are progressing in terms of our incomes, but we're not necessarily progressing in terms of our ownership, because folks can come into our communities and within 7 years wipe us out of our own communities. We have barbershop and beauty salons, but they're all being rented in commercial buildings that we don't own. We use soap, we use deodorant. Well, some of us use deodorant.
Why you look at me when you say that?
I said we're going to entertain, right? But here's the thing. I don't know if we have any comprehensive plan in place, or we have any comprehensive exercise going on right now where we produce the soap that we use, where we produce the deodorant that we use. We damn sure don't own the football teams, the pro football teams, the basketball teams that we play on. I mean, so when you talk about in terms of progression of economics, those kind of conversations, you talk about the vote, those kind of conversations, so when those things come up, and we need to make that part of the dialogue, whether it is a specific topic or whether we make that a subtopic, it's my responsibility to try to figure out how that plays and then grab the folks that are passionate about those particular issues and make sure that they're on board.
And to do that, Roland, and you're going to have to go more to the colleges to talk to students about that, because a lot of them don't learn a lot of this when they're in college, and those are the ones that you have to reach. Those are the ones that are going to make the difference in the years to come. Those are the ones that are going to be out here that will stand up and create a new bill. To go to what Mike was saying, as far as the fellows being able to vote, you have to teach the ones that are in college that you have to start at that age to think about those type of things, to think about the things that you want to own, to learn how to become a business owner, to learn how to become an entrepreneur versus working for someone. A lot of people are raised, you go to school to get a good job. How about you go to school to own your own business? We have to start that way.
There you go. Hey, Roland, who was that, Tanya?
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Hi, Tanya. Hey, dear. Thank you for pointing that out, and Roland, thank you for speaking, you know, in regards to us, although we are progressing as far as professions are concerned, we're still working for other people. We're not promoting entrepreneurship like we should be. And then beyond that, we're much more than finance. We are unhealthy mentally. We are unhealthy emotionally. It shows in the breakdown of the family.
And put the thumbtack right there. Now this is very important. This is one of the things that you all have to charge me with, and you have to continue to charge me with this as we go. I don't want to just talk to people in terms of abstract anomaly and abstract conditions. I want to and need to be able to back it up with data. So if I say that there's an issue here, then I want to be able to roll out the data that supports that there's an issue there. I don't want to. It would be irresponsible for me at this point to talk about something being a problem or issue and not be able to back it up. And I don't mean just what we see on video, but to be able to back it up with some of the numbers. Now, I might feel a certain way. Like, for example, when I go to the doctor, Frank, you know, they say based on the BMI chart that I died like 17 years ago. Right? But now what they're doing is they're modifying the BMI chart because they realize that everybody that's 6 foot 2 inches, you know, is not supposed to be 165 pounds. You know, that genetically speaking, even my man Mike, who came in with those big guns, you know, Mike is not 165 pounds, and he's leaning in a fighting machine. You know, so I'm just saying to you that that's my responsibility to make sure to have some of the data to back up that which we want to bring forth to folks. I know there may be some other questions and commentary, so I'm going to give, I got about 75 seconds for some other folks to jump in, chime in real quick, and then we'll come over to action plan from there. Caller, do you have a comment? Hello, anyone else?
So, Roland, what's the target date for this road trip?
Okay, target date for the road trip, we're going to do a pilot on this sometime in October.
Cool.
Where we're actually going to stage it and film it so other folks get a chance to see what it looks like. Because it's one thing to talk about, it's another thing to be able to show folks this is what it looks like. And then as we go forward from there, then it's just a matter of marketing it. And then I have to figure out in terms of how to formulate it, because an ideal way would be to link up with an existing foundation or foundations, and I know some of the people on the phone have foundations, and use them sort of as the lead point in some of these situations. So one, people have the ability to bring us in and they can, you know, use it as tax deductible, use it as a not-for-profit philanthropic investment or tax deductible, depending on how things are written. And in addition to that, it gives us a chance to open up other arenas that you can't just as a private corporation, and we can do some things as give back in those communities as well. And also it gives us some checks and balances that you don't have, you know, as a private corporation, as we're finding out right now. So by putting together some kind of public institution, working with public institutions, foundations, or not-for-profit, there's some accountability that goes with that that makes us a lot more transparent, makes me a lot more transparent. Folks, please, you have my number. I'm 301-996-0052, 301-996-0052. If you have some ideas, some things you want to talk about, we didn't get a chance to talk about it today, just give me a call, hit me on Facebook, send me an email, whatever you want to do. Let me know your thoughts and feelings, and then we'll incorporate that. We'll probably have another type of conference call sometime in the coming weeks, but more importantly, I'll be communicating with some of you individually as we get ready to take this thing on the road. You're not mandated, but you'll definitely be invited. And I hope that folks continue to tune into the Roland Grimes Show. Just Google my name, put it right in YouTube, the Roland Grimes Show, so you can hear some of the development of what we're working on right now. We're going to use this platform to help develop some of those strategies as we go forward. God bless. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be in touch. All right.
Boom.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Before you start talking.